Hi, my name is Derek, and I'd like to welcome you to White Oak on Smith Lake, and we're going to go over some key points for your boat rental today. Just kind of do a once over with photos. This protects you, this protects us. All right, so starting the boat. This is kind of a common thing that people will run into. If you're not in neutral, so this is forward, this is reverse. If you're not in neutral, the boat will not start. That's the first thing to remember. Second thing, when you turn the key, you're going to hear one solid beep. When that beep is done, then the boat will start. Until that beep is done, it will not start. Think of that as kind of like a safety check. So after the beeps have finished, you just turn the key. Give the boat a few seconds, let it kind of get warmed up. Just kind of slowly tap it in gear. Same way as coming home as it is leaving. It's a lot easier just to kind of like coax your way out of the dock than trying to like drive it in. Bump it in reverse, get the boat moving, and then just kind of like use your hands to get it out. There's good deep water around here. Remember, Smith Lake is a rocky lake. So as you do get close to shore, you're going to have rocks. The most common issue that anyone would have when boating or damage would be anything with the engine. Just consider there's logs and rocks and things that could damage the propeller. All right, so we're kind of underway now. Again, using the throttle to push us away from the dock, and we're off to have a great day on Smith Lake. All right, just behind the engine here is your fuel tank. There is just one tank on board. So the closest fuel dock is Triple Creek Marina, which is just outside of this slough. Go under the bridge and make a right and you'll see it. It's right there in front of you. I always stop there coming home. So on your way back, pop through there, top it off, and then bring it home. All right, so we've got a great day on the lake. We're coming back into the slip. I've always found it to be a little bit easier just to kind of like coax the boat up to the slip rather than trying to like fully drive it on in. Once I get it close, I use my hands. This slough does get a kind of a side wind all the time, which wants to push the boat. It's got high walls, so it somewhat acts kind of like a big sailboat. You'll notice around the dock, there's fenders that are hanging. Please leave those there. It just kind of helps protect it. So you can shut the boat down, turn off your main power, and then the very first line that you want to do is this bow line. So the distance from the bow is the most important thing to keep in mind. So this is like a pretty safe distance, okay? So we're going to set ourselves up for that distance, right? Like that's good. Over, twist, lock. And we tie this one. We can pull it because that one's already tied. It is a floating dock, so you want to make sure that the bow is not jammed way up in the front and it's kind of getting smashed as other boats go by, but you also want to be considerate that, you know, the back of the boat is kind of under the overhang. So it stops, so we know that that's safe distance. You don't want it super tight. You want to have a little bit of wiggle room. Keep the lines organized, if you will. Last one. So this one can be loose. This one's just, you know, just a little safety line here. It doesn't need to be that tight. Again, wind it up, keep it organized for the person behind you. All right, last thing. Come back on board, make sure everything's good, make sure everything's off. Take the key and then put the engine up. You'll raise it up until the sound changes. Motor's all the way up. Make sure you bring the key. Gather all your belongings, lift, let go, and head back on in and have a great time. Thank you so much. I hope you had a great time on the lake and enjoy your rest of the time at White Oak.